Que bueno, mi gente, Calix Boxing here. Got an interesting question from MrHulk333 on the Canelo versus Khan video that I just dropped yesterday. And it said, what do you think about a fight between Timothy Bradley versus Canelo at 154 or Kell Brook versus Canelo at 154? Interesting question. I'm kind of torn on it. To be honest, I don't want to see Canelo revert back to his Buzz McCallister phase, and what I mean by that is they're both gingers. Buzz McCallister, the redheaded bully from Home Alone, who used to pick on the much smaller Macaulay Culkin and his much smaller family members. I don't want to see Canelo revert back to outweighing guys by 15, 20 pounds on fight night and just beating them down, much like he was doing to Matthew Hatton when I believe he fought. Hatton was coming up from 140. He was fighting him for the super welterweight title at 154, and they weren't even fighting at 154. They were fighting. It was supposed to be a catch weight of 150, and Canelo didn't even make the catch weight. And he just beat the crap out of him. And I don't want to see him fight Ryan Rhodes and Josesito Lopez like he was doing back then and outweighing those guys by a lot, and picking them off from a much higher weight. I just don't. He's already doing that with Khan here, which okay, I'm sure people who've been following my channel for a couple years know I don't mind catch weights as long as they're good fights, entertaining fights, and they make sense. Canelo versus Khan could be an entertaining fight for a while. I'm not sure how much sense it makes, but okay, we'll give him a pass for now. But if this becomes a trend, if he fights at 155, hoards a middleweight belt on the side, just puts it on the side to collect dust, and the WBC allows him to do that, and he's a middleweight title holder, if so to speak, and he's not fighting middleweights, he's fighting welterweights from 155, making them come up and just picking apart the welterweight division from 155. I'm not for that. I don't care how good the fights are. Now, there is the part of me that is intrigued by it, though, as well. There is a part of me who, although I see Canelo easily beating a Timothy Bradley or a Kell Brook, there is a part of me that's a bit intrigued by it. Timothy Bradley doesn't have many options at 147 at this point, being that a lot of these guys are Al Heyman fighters. So maybe he steps up and takes a challenge, and they're both being named fighters. There is a little bit of an intrigue there. Kell Brook, a guy who stylistically can box, maybe could give Canelo some stylistic problems, I guess. I don't know. But at the same time, I'd rather see Canelo, if he doesn't want to fight Triple G, if his trainer is saying he's not ready for 160 yet, blah, 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 which I don't agree with any of that. He's already weighing the same as Triple G and his peers at middleweight already on fight night, on 30-day weigh-ins. He's already at the same weight. And he's a guy who is outgrowing the 154-pound division, and there's nothing at 154. I spoke on that in the last video. He already beat Lara. He already beat Cotto. And the Charlo brothers, who look like Milli Vanilli, Andre, Marta Rosen, K9, Julian Williams, these dudes are not interesting inside or outside of the ring. They're just not interesting. People don't want to see them fight. I mean, let's be honest. And at 160, there are some guys outside of Triple G. If you don't want to fight Triple G, I'd much rather see him go that route. Continue to stick your toes in the water at 160 until whenever it is you're ready to take those training wheels off and fight Triple G. Fight. I'm sure Eubank Jr., Billy Joe Saunders, Lemieux, if you want to fight him, Andy Lee. You can dust off Quillen if Al Heyman wants to go that route, or dust off Danny Jacobs, who's a good middleweight. I don't know if you can get those fights with Heyman. I'm not sure. But, dude, guys want to fight Canelo. Canelo is not an avoided fighter. People want that payday. People want the payday. So I'd rather see him go that route than fight a Bradley or a Kell Brook and really just shoot at the 147-pound division from 155. I don't really. There's something that's to me a little bit stinky about that, a little bit just distasteful. So, nothing at 154 for Canelo. Just fight some of these guys that Triple G already beat at 160. If you don't want to fight Triple G, I don't know. But there is the part of me that is intrigued by a Bradley fight or a Kell Brook fight at the same time. But I still don't want to see him go that route. So to make a long story short, that's my answer, Mr. Hulk333. So keep sending these questions, people, and very good question there. I hope Canelo goes full middleweight on us. That's what I'm hoping. Peace.